Good morning. It is Monday, December 9th, and starting something new that I'm pretty excited about. We're going to be building a shipping container sauna. So I do CrossFit in the gym that I go to at one of their locations. They're looking to add a sauna, but they don't have the room inside. So I started talking with the owner about putting together a shipping container sauna, and we decided it seems like a good idea. He's got some spare lumber and whatnot, so we're going to get started on it. So got to move some cords here, get hooked up to the trailer, do a pre-trip, and we'll get going on this. I was gonna say yeah, I think just that rear board's just barely caught. Well, we got everything loaded. I thought these were 8-footers, but they're 10, so we got a little bit hanging, but not going too far. So everything loaded. Head back to the yard, figure out a place to stash it while we get the container. All right, let's see if this thing's gonna start. It hasn't been moved in at least a week. Got to move it to hook up to the trailer, and then can pull the trailer out and then get the trailer unloaded so we can go pick up the shipping container. We'll glow it a couple of times here. It ain't too cold out right now. It's probably 25, maybe better part of 30. Oh, no problem. Definitely cold, but fired right up. These small diesels usually seem to give me issues, but this one, I haven't really ran it that much because of course it's an excavator, so it doesn't really get used too much in the winter, and I haven't even had it that long, but it starts up pretty good most of the time. So I'll probably just grab these blocks right now and throw them off to the back of the trailer and get these tarps off. I went through and I pre-tripped this trailer yesterday, just checking my tires and stuff. So don't need to worry about that right now. Sure, I'm gonna need some of these blocks once I pick up the shipping container, just because the way that I gotta shimmy this thing around once I get here, I don't know if I'm gonna unload it with my crane on my grapple truck or if I'm gonna unload it with a skid loader and slide it off the back or whatnot. So probably gonna need some dunnage to jockey it around, but that's why I got it. Everyone's kind of scrambling to get going here in Minnesota as we've got our first real snow coming tomorrow. We're expected to get somewhere around, Weather Channel says 1 to 3. Everyone I'm talking to is expecting 5 to 6. And it's going to start snowing at about 2 a.m. and snow for at least 12 hours. So I believe the people that are saying 5 to 6. Grab these. Put them in the truck. I figure it's overkill, but I'll throw straps over the top of the container and I'll chain the 4 corners. Rather be safe than sorry. Only got to go a half an hour with it, so that's nice. There we go. All right. Get this thing moved. Blade was a little frozen. Teeth were a little frozen. I'm sure hydraulics would be nice and cold right now. Looking to sell this machine. I thought it was going to be the hot ticket for us, but the grapple that got put together for it is just way too big. And I really need a fixed grapple. And honestly, I've just spent enough time and money trying to figure this thing out, and it's still not making me money, so I'm ready to kick it down the road. It's a shame because this little excavator is freaking sweet. I got it fairly cheap, brand new, because it sat on the lot for over a year, and it always starts and runs good. And I've ran a lot of Kubotas and cat excavators and stuff, the little minis and whatnot, and I think I'd take this over the Bobcat equivalent, and it hangs in there with the Kubotas and the cat equivalent. It just doesn't have the thrills that those machines have, but I don't need them. So my landlord, he runs a landscaping company. He's nice enough for the couple of times that I need a full-size skid loader to just let me borrow one of his. So I just messaged his guys to see if they've got one, because they didn't see any outside, but it's winter, so they store them inside a lot of the time, and they said, yep, go in there and grab one. So we'll get hooked up here, run inside, grab their skid, grab a couple of pallets so I don't got this stuff sitting on the ground, and I'm just gonna put it right off to the side right here. It's funny, one thing I've noticed with this truck is the backup camera. It's really dark until I turn my headlights off, then it really lights up. So just gotta remember to turn my lights off when I back up. Right there. Turn my lights back on, so once I hook up, I can see lights on the trailer kick on. These long ones on top of this. I know you're not supposed to, but God, having a skid without a windshield is so handy for jumping in and out of the machine. What? Ooh. Whoa. Ah! Can you tell him to move? I gotta put this stuff right there.
What's up?
Can you tell him to move? I gotta put this stuff right there. Yeah, what we can do, because we got everyone here.
They got a couple minutes, they can't help.
Yeah, we can just tip it up, turn it sideways, and I can come in and grab it the tall way with the forks.
Hey, Will! Oh, you mean like...
Yeah, we'll just kind of slide it off. Got it?
That was a lot heavier than it was.
Oh, it's extremely heavy. And then we'll just tip it. Perfect. And then if we can get it turned.
Wait.
Yeah, if you can do that. And then if you just want to come hold this side, I'm gonna... Yeah, that should be fine. I'll just grab it, bring it over, and set it down. Yeah, I could go grab it. Yeah, if you can. We just need to make sure it's not sitting on the dirt so it doesn't freeze to the ground is the only thing. I'll lift this up and you just grab these two pieces of wood and set them over there. Yeah, right up against the frame. In the back of my truck, there's a couple of 4x4s. If you can put one here and then one on the other side, and I'll grab it from the side. Yeah, there's one on the bar, and then if you've got a previous box too, that works. Well, got the container loaded. Quote I had from another company for delivery was a lot more expensive than this company, so had I known that, probably would have just had it delivered, considering it only cost $100 for delivery, but it's on the trailer. We're set to go, so I guess no big deal. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna chain do a 4-corner chain and then 2 straps over the top. It's probably overkill, but I guess I'd rather have it be overkill than vice versa. So I haven't even opened it up and looked inside, so actually I'll probably do that here in a second, just to make sure we don't have anything too crazy going on. Ooh, I like the fact that I've got a single arm on this side. Oh yeah, brand new container, beauty. So gonna have a little entry in through here, and then this will be the main sauna through here. Yeah, this will work great. Nice that everything's brand spanking new, so I don't have to deal with any rust or painting or crazy like that. I personally, when I haul trailers, I do everything that I can to keep my, whether it be a binder or a strap mount or whatever, try to keep it all on the driver's side, because typically, just out of force of habit, most people look out their driver's side mirror more than they do their passenger side mirror. So, having said that, let's see if I got a little weight on that. Pull it down a little bit. Okay, got it hooked. Hook it here, pull this through. Lock that in. Typically do a little something nicer than this with my slack, but there isn't much of it. All right, we should be loaded, good to go. These things don't weigh hardly anything, but they nonetheless ride like a sailboat. Just before I take out of this lot, and I realize something. There we go. 20-footer. Yeah. And height-wise, container's 8 foot. And top of deck, it's not even 3 foot, so not even quite 11 feet, which is plenty legal. All right, well, mosey on back. All right, so made it back to the yard. Uneventful drive back. It's only a half an hour. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna fire up the grapple truck, get this thing unchained, the ratchet straps off, get these power cords out of the way. I'm gonna put it right in this corner back here. So I'm gonna pull it back slightly with the crane on the grapple, pull it back slightly, back in, tilt the trailer, get the ass end of it off, and then hopefully can slowly pull forward and let it slide off, or just use the crane and pull it off. But gotta get this thing fired up. It's probably gonna be pretty grumpy because I have the block heater timer run till 8 a.m. in the morning. Well, it's now probably all of better part of 2 in the afternoon, so the block heater's been off for a while. So, but it's only 30. It's not too terribly cold. It's high 20s, low 30s right now. So, we will see. I wait for the gauges to flop back each time. Don't know if it does anything. Yeah, definitely grumpy. I don't know if you guys can see that white smoke, but not the happiest, but it's running. All right. Let this thing build air pressure, and while it builds air pressure, I suppose helps if I close the valve. While it builds air pressure, just gonna hang out, get this thing unchained and unloaded, or unchained. For any of you guys that have Sterlings, anybody know why check engine protect come on winter months as soon as the engine warms up? Perfectly fine, no issues. I can't figure out why the truck does that. I understand that it's probably just trying to tell you to let it warm up some more, but I feel like a check engine light and a bright red light that says engine protect is pretty aggressive for letting a guy know that he just needs to let it warm up. Alright, I suppose I'll put the PTO on this just to help it warm up some. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a chain on top of the container through the top eyelets that then I can grab onto with the crane. Once I do that, then I can pull the back end of the container off the trailer, and then I can tilt it and I can drive forward. At least that's how I'm planning it in my mind. Put this guy right here, right like that. Grab the chain here. I honestly probably could just grab the back of it with a skid loader and do the same thing, but I don't feel like bugging those guys for the skid again. Oh, it's a little breezier up here. Okay. Eyelet here, and then just bring it back to itself. Just had the battery die on my GoPro at the one time. That's kind of interesting to watch. There we go. I don't really want to get ahead of myself. Sign this thing off of here. There we go. I've got hooks. Honestly, I should go just a little bit more, but then that's about it. That's what I just was worried about. I'm pretty sure I just felt so on the flatbed I got a couple of D-rings. I'm pretty sure I just felt them No, we're clear of those. I'm probably gonna need to put a chain on front, lift the front just slightly. Oh, that's what I'll do. Yeah. So I'll put a chain on front, lift the front just slightly once I tip it, and then once I tip it, once I lift the front, I can just drive the truck out. We'll be all set. I used to work highway heavy construction, and we use these containers on all sorts of projects for mobile workshops and offices and stuff, so I've gotten pretty creative at moving them. I know this isn't probably the right way to do it, but it's nonetheless a way to do it. So, gets the job done. I guess that's the important part. All right, I suppose next step. I'll tip her up here. So this is what's gonna get caught, is this little steel edge right here on this edge. That's gonna give us issues. So, raise it up. I don't know what's going on. That tail is supposed to kick up. Oh boy. Something must have broken. So this is all intact. I don't know. More stuff to fix. All right, we'll go up with it. And right as it's hitting. I don't know. Chunk of firewood. Help inch it along. Let's see if that'll work. There we go. Kind of worked. Not really. Kind of, sort of. There we go. Back containers on the ground. So now, theoretically, I pick up that take a little pressure off of it. Go. So we have liftoff with the container. You can see, got daylight all the way through under it. Back in here. Just mosey on out. It's kind of funny looking. All right. Now, honestly, I'd like to shift the container over, but if I shift it over, then that means I just got to pull it back out for when it comes time to move this thing to its final resting point, no matter where that is. So, set some dunnage, because I don't really want to have to chip it out from the ice in a couple of weeks when it's done. I don't know, something like that. We'll start to set her down and see, this is what I don't want to have happen to the container. Get frozen up. There we go. I'm gonna put this one this way because I'm putting an entry door right on the side right here. This one can kind of do whatever. There we go. All right, coming down. All right, got some stuff packed up. Got the old Chevy and the VW fired up because I gotta play the parking lot shuffle right now in order to get all this stuff to fit somewhat nicely while it's still somewhat easy to plow and move stuff around because the snow is gonna be here. So I'm gonna take the Chevy, put it back where the VW was, put the VW in front of the Chevy, and then put the red trailer in between the dump trailer and the excavator and slash brush mower, because I'm trying to sell this truck, and while I'm waiting for it to sell, it's really not going to be doing anything. It's kind of a bummer. I really had high hopes for this truck, but well, the GoPro kept dying, so I'll just finish off today on my phone. All the lumber is unloaded, tarped off for the likely snow we're gonna have starting tonight into tomorrow. Container is unloaded, ready to go. Definitely a one-trip container. Looks brand new on the inside. Got all my measurements I need, and we'll likely get going tomorrow. Gonna probably hook up to the dump trailer and run and pick up all the stuff we need for framing and get going on the framing. It should go pretty quick. Hopefully get it framed and insulated in the next couple of days, and then can keep chipping away on it from there. This material here is kind of the finishing trim stuff and the benches and the tongue and groove that are gonna go on the walls and ceilings and stuff, but all the basic framing is just gonna be basic pine 2x4s, nothing too fancy. So that should be all for today. I think I'm gonna put a video together kind of showing what we got going so far, and excited to share more on this.